When you think of K-On!, what comes to mind? Light music, sweet snacks, and adorable girls just trying to pass high school with a guitar in one hand and a cake fork in the other. But what if the world of music collided with something more cosmic? What if the girls of the Light Music Club were chosen not just to perform, but to wield the power of the emotional spectrum? From the fiery wrath of red to the boundless life of white, the Lantern Corps choose only those whose hearts burn brightest in their chosen emotion. Which girl radiates hope? Who commands willpower? And who's way too scary for her own good? Grab your guitar, your snacks, and maybe a power ring or two. We're about to take this band interstellar. Yui Hirasawa, the air-headed guitarist, the queen of naps, the destroyer of practice time, and somehow the soul of the Light Music Club. Yui might not be the sharpest pick in the guitar case, but what she lacks in focus, she more than makes up for with pure heart. She brings life to every room she walks into. Her joy, her laughter, her love for music and friends. Yui radiates the very essence of vitality. She doesn't just live, she lives fully. Yui Hirasawa of Earth. You have the ability to bring light to even the darkest hearts. That's why Yui isn't just any lantern, she's the perfect match for the White Lantern Corps, the rarest of all, representing the force of life itself. Whether she's playing guitar or playing around, Yui Hirasawa brings life wherever she goes. Ritsu Tanaka, club president, percussion powerhouse, and probably the reason half their meetings turn into snack breaks. She's loud, she's chaotic, she forgets things like meeting times and responsibilities, and, let's be honest, a lot of things. But underneath the mischief and mayhem is someone who never gives up. She's the heartbeat of the Light Music Club, both literally and emotionally. She may joke around, but when it's time to perform, time to lead, time to protect what matters, Ritsu steps up. Every single time. Ritsu Tanaka of Earth. You have the ability to overcome great fear. She's got nerves of steel, even when facing stage fright or Mio's wrath. That's why Ritsu wields the strength of the Green Lantern Corps, the power of will. Sure, she's chaos incarnate, but it's her unshakable spirit that makes her a hero. Mio Akiyama, the quiet bassist, the poet, the one who hides behind her bangs. And behind Ritsu when things get scary. But behind the shyness, behind the flustered cheeks and the stage fright, lives a heart that loves deeply. And never stops believing in the people she cares about. Mio doesn't shout her feelings from the rooftops, but through her actions, her music, and her unwavering loyalty, she shows a love that runs deep. Mio Akiyama of Earth. You have great love. But there's something more. Even when Mio is scared, even when she doubts herself, she never loses faith in what could be. Mio Akiyama of Earth. You bring hope to those around you. She may tremble, but she never falls. Her love gives her strength. Her hope gives her courage. Mio Akiyama, a beacon of quiet devotion and the gentle voice that reminds us all to believe in something more. Tsumugi Kotobuki, rich, refined, radiant, and possibly the only girl in the world who brings a fully loaded tea set to band practice. At first glance, Mugi might seem like the quiet Ojo-sama of the group. But behind that graceful smile lies a soft, focused filter of romantic daydreams and endless affection. She loves love. She cherishes her friends, her music, and every moment of togetherness. Her joy comes not from attention, but from witnessing bonds bloom. Tsumugi Kotobuki of Earth. You have great love in your heart. Mugi is a natural-born star sapphire, chosen by the Violet Lantern Corps, wielding the power of love in its most beautiful, platonic, and sparkly form. In a world full of music and mayhem, Mugi reminds us to savor the sweetness, because sometimes love isn't loud, it's just served with sugar cubes. Azusa Nakano, the junior member, the serious one, the voice of reason, and the last line of defense against total snack-fueled chaos. She joined expecting a disciplined music club, and instead got a whirlwind of tea, cakes, and weird costumes. But did she give up? No way. Azusa stayed, practiced, pushed them to improve. She became the club's backbone, not by accident, but by will. Even when her senpais graduated, she didn't let the club fade. She fought to keep it alive. She never gave up. Azusa Nakano of Earth. You have the ability to overcome great fear. Azusa is a textbook Green Lantern, a wielder of the power of will. Not because she's fearless, but because she chooses to move forward in spite of fear. Azusa may not be the loudest or the flashiest, but when things get tough, she's the one who keeps the music playing. Nodoka Manabe, student council member, rule follower, best friend, and the only person who can survive the full chaos of Yui Hirasawa. While the others make noise, Nodoka works in silence. She keeps things running, watches out for everyone, and never asks for attention. But behind that calm exterior is a deeply compassionate heart. She doesn't just do her job, she cares. For the students, for the school, for her friends. Nodoka Manabe of Earth. You feel great compassion. That's why Nodoka is chosen by the Indigo tribe, wielders of the light of compassion, the rarest and most selfless power of all. She doesn't need the spotlight. Her strength is in quiet kindness, and that's exactly what makes her irreplaceable. Ui Hirasawa, top student, master chef, emotional anchor, and somehow the younger sister. While Yui drifts through life like a balloon in the breeze, Ui is the string that keeps her grounded. She never complains, never wavers. Through every storm, Mr. Alarm's bad test scores, forgotten events, Ui just smiles. And believes. Ui Hirasawa of Earth. You inspire great hope. Ui doesn't seek the spotlight. Her strength lies in what she gives others. The confidence to stand, to try, to shine. That's why she's a perfect bearer of the blue lantern ring, the symbol of hope. Some heroes raise swords. Ui raises spirits. And in a world that sometimes feels overwhelming, there's no power more vital than hope. Jun Suzuki, jazz band bassist, laid-back jokester, queen of the side comments. She's the girl who acts like she's above it all, but ends up diving in headfirst when it really counts. Behind that cool girl exterior is a heart that cares a lot. About her friends, about belonging, about being there, even when she pretends she doesn't. Jun Suzuki of Earth. You feel great compassion. She may shrug it off, but Jun's actions speak for her. She shows up, she supports, she understands, even when no one's watching. Compassion isn't always loud. Sometimes it's hidden behind a smirk, and that's why the Indigo tribe chose June. Sawako Yamanaka, beloved homeroom teacher. Elegant, refined, and completely terrifying when she wants to be. She commands respect. She bends the club to her will. She's got a closet full of costumes and a photo album that could ruin lives. Sawako Yamanaka of Earth. You instill great fear. That's why Sawako earns an honorary spot in the Sinestro Corps, the wielders of fear, even if it's mostly fear of what she'll make you wear. Her methods may be unorthodox, okay, completely unhinged, but you can't deny it. When Sawako shows up, everyone listens. Now Okuda, reserved, calm, probably thinking 3 steps ahead of everyone else at any given moment. She's not flashy, she's not loud, she's not the type to jump to the spotlight. But when the time comes, she's there. Now doesn't need to raise her voice to make a difference. Her strength lies in consistency, in resolve, in doing the right thing, quietly and confidently, even when it's hard. Now Okuda of Earth. You have the ability to overcome great fear. Now belongs with the Green Lantern Corps, those who shine not through volume, but through unwavering willpower. Sometimes the strongest light doesn't roar, it just keeps going. Sumiri Saito, maid of the Kotsubuki family, newest drummer, and probably the most polite member the Light Music Club has ever had. She steps into a legacy, filling the shoes of legends, but never lets it weigh her down. With every beat she plays, Sumiri brings something new to the club. Not just talent, but hope. The belief that things can grow, evolve, and still carry the same joy. Sumiri Saito of Earth. You bring great hope. She may not see herself as a hero, but her presence lifts others. That's the quiet magic of a blue lantern, the power of hope. In a world shaped by music and memories, Sumeri is the promise of what comes next, bright, kind, and full of hope. From the first pluck of a string to the last encore on graduation day, the Light Music Club's journey was always more than just music. Each of them brought something unique to the stage: laughter, courage, mischief, kindness, and heart. And in a universe that runs on emotion, on will, love, hope, and even fear, it's no surprise that these 11 girls would shine across the spectrum. No matter the color of the ring, their hearts beat to the same rhythm. Because no matter where their paths take them, from classrooms to concert halls to galaxies far beyond, one thing will always ring true: Light Music Club forever.